Short and sweet. But we're back. Did I catch y'all off guard? Y'all ready? Y'all good? Oh, what up, Anthony?
Yeah, I'm good. Peace to you, sis. How
Yeah.
you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. No complaints.
That's what I'm saying.
So we'll still wait a few minutes. We get, a couple people in here. 10. You feel me? While everybody come
For sure.
in, but we definitely wanted to be on time because I'm tired of hearing Lisa. I'm just kidding.
Tell me about it.
Shout out to Lisa though. She was like, and
Blow,
I see Taj
blow
in
my
the building.
inbox up in the Discord.
Don't she be? She be blowing it up, don't she? It's all good though. We appreciate
When
it.
y'all
She
coming
keep
back?
us
Oh hell yeah.
in line.
Yep, most definitely. She and she keep them like social keep them cash apps in the chat.
She sure do. Hit the cash app. Throw us $1 or two. That's all. Yeah. So we're gonna change up some things. Surely, we got some improvements coming, but y'all saw the thumbnail, so y'all already know what it is. And give it a few more minutes, but we're gonna get into it. This is gonna be more like a review for our first show back to our galaxy and beyond. Since we got a couple people, you feel me? What we say? I don't know if they need money, but they jumped on the wrong train to roll with, especially when PseudoKillas and the Iron Dome are on the job, right? So,
You better believe it. You better believe it.
yeah, you better believe it. But what up, Barrick? How you doing? Barrick, he's joining the cast. Is that what you call it?
Mm.
Yeah. Did you want to say anything, Barrick? You there? He might have stepped away, but when he come back, he'll know we're live. Um,
What's up?
hey, what up, Barrick? Yeah, Barrick is going to be joining our Galaxy and Beyond production as a regular because I just feel like the more the merrier. Um, and everybody has their specific quirks or things that they're definitely good at explaining that they've conceptualized. So you know I think that's always a good thing. It's always an open panel. We like to be as interactive as possible. If anyone has any particular questions, we've covered a few things, and whatever I can't answer, um, whatever we can answer, we'll definitely be able to get back to it on the next show for sure.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Did you want to
And
say a
don't
few
y'all
things?
forget,
We've been.
if you do have any I'm sorry, did you what you saying?
I said we've been gone for a long time. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
No, I was gonna just say, make sure if you got any questions or whatever later on, put them in the comments, after the show, because we go back through those as well and try to keep up on that. So, or any kind of like
Hmm.
show suggestions you guys may have, or anything like that. Any kind of questions you may have that could turn into a show. We could do a show on.
Hmm.
So make sure comment, put that comment in the comment section after the video's over. If you find something
Hmm.
later on, you know what I'm
I also dropped the
saying?
chat in there, so don't be afraid to hit the panel if you want to ask the question, and we could work it out together. I think that'll be good. We got 11 strong in the building. I like that. Appreciate the support. Did you want to do a roll call, Anthony?
Sure. No problem at all. Let's say peace to you, Taj. Appreciate you showing up. And Miss Bennett, of course. I know order, pseudo killer army official. Appreciate you showing up. Keenan Wright, what's good with you, fam? We all good on this end. Gideon Block in the house, my boy. What's happening, bro? SpaceAgeAfrican Army official. Timmy Turner, appreciate your show. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. LB, things, stuff, and more. No, you're not late. You're not late at all. You just in time. Party just
What
getting
up,
ready to
sis?
start. Appreciate you showing up. So that's it. That's who
Facts.
all we
Good,
got, and,
good
and
to see
everybody
you.
else that's yeah, everybody else that's tuning in and not in the chat. Appreciate you. We appreciate it all. We appreciate every last one of you showing up. Appreciate it.
We do. We do. We do. We do. You know, the most hated show on YouTube. Why? I don't know. Um, I will say though, I want to shout out a couple people that's not here. I want to shout out Professor Dave. Uh, we all watch his review. I think he's one of the favorites to us PseudoKillas. Of course, he's very thorough. Shout out Raymond, just came in. And a new guy. Some people might know him, but I just came across him and he did a very thorough video also. And y'all already know all that's in the description box. I put quite a few YouTube videos and they're all very interesting related to the subject. But shout out to the Birdman, you know. Um, I think he's good for the community, right? I like to find representation. Those science is inclusive and pseudo killers are. But when we talk about scientific literacy and the lack of it in some communities, the Black community definitely can use a little bit of work. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? There are lots of implications because of that. But the Birdman is definitely a young Black man, and he's extremely intelligent and thorough and very clear with his explanations. And I mean, I think he's like my favorite YouTuber besides us, right? I mean, we're number one. Sorry, community skeptics, all that. We're number one. You feel me? Maybe Bobby's like top number one, but we all are like 1A and 1B, but definitely Birmingham's probably number two for me right now. Uh, Maybe 2A and 2B because Professor Day. But yeah, there's some great resources and those videos in the description. So check them out later in the show. And we won't wait any further. Got a couple things, but before you do it, Anthony, I want to put something up there, okay? I want to put
Go ahead.
something up
Go ahead.
there. Oh, it skipped me. Let me see. There we go. All right. There we go. Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Let's see it.
There's some very exciting space news for you. On the night of December 13th and 14th, you'll be able to see up to 120 shooting stars per hour as the Geminids, the best meteor shower of the year, reach their peak activity. The Geminids are an annual meteor shower active between December 4th and December 17th, peaking on the 13th and 14th of the month. A meteor shower produces its best views when its radiant is well up in the sky. It's the point from where all the meteors appear to originate. The radiant, the Geminids, lies in the constellation Gemini, which rises soon after sunset. This means you can see the Geminids throughout the night. To best see the shower, go to the darkest possible location, lean back, and relax. There's no need for any telescope or binoculars. Just give your eyes about 30 minutes to adjust to the dark. The perfect time to look for the meteors is soon after midnight. Share this video so that everyone can know about it on time. To get regular space updates, follow the Secrets of the Universe.
Yeah, so that was my addition to the space forecast. And for those that don't know, the 13th is my birthday, so that's going to be a nice birthday present, and I'm definitely going to be somewhere where it's like pitch black, trying to catch me some Geminis. The Gemini meteor showers is usually like one of the best of the year, so that's what we're going to be doing.
That's pretty dope, though. And you can probably get you some pictures with your phone, because they're gonna be pretty frequent. You know what I'm saying? Just point your phone in that
Very
area and just start snapping, and you'll probably come up with a lot of good shots. Because you'll need a wide field of
facts.
view. A telescope ain't gonna do
Hmm.
you no good, none whatsoever. But something with a wide field of view, like your phone, that'll be pretty dope experience, especially with your kids,
Facts.
man. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my little cousin, and then we're gonna get a
Hmm.
blanket and get some snacks. I'll probably get me some wine, and we're just gonna lay back and chill. Um, yeah, we're gonna do that. So that's something to do with the family. Y'all can make it like an event, bring some snacks, plenty of water. If you're going to like a campsite or someplace, because those are good places to go, make sure you have some safety equipment, GPS, or people know, that you're going and things like that. Yeah, and check that out. Also another good place because I don't know about campsites. Some of them make you pay, some of them don't care. But the beaches in Daytona, Ormond, and New Smyrna, we have a long range of beaches, and usually if you go, away from the city, it's less light. So, uh, the beach is be a fun, nice place, especially if you're going like in between the towns, on the coast. Yeah,
Hmm.
there's not too many
Yeah.
lights there. So those are some spots if you're in Florida or near the coast. But if you're not, try just like a camping site, or just go somewhere somebody that lives in the boondocks. Tell them you coming over for dinner, and bring them
Hmm.
something. Okay, don't be me.
Now it's the, the
Bring them
the
something.
dark sites are much, but you'll still probably be able to see some of it from the
With a
city
little light.
areas. Yeah,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. A little bit of now being downtown in a big city, I don't know, but if you in the suburbs, you know what I'm saying, or something like that, the downtown, like Miss Juju said, if you can get in between two cities, oh yeah, you got it going on
Mhm.
because it's
Yeah, that's
but don't let that deter you. You know what I'm saying? You still can probably be able to see them, in the city. Just downtown would probably
right.
be hard.
Right. So, you got something to add to the space forecast? I had to show off my Adidas jacket. I love this leather jacket. I'm obsessed. So, if you want to give me something for my birthday, I love Adidas. Adidas. Yeah.
For sure, that's what's up.
That's just
And I think let me see. Gary Hart say, "What's the best time to see it?" It would probably, I don't know. They said Gemini would be rising right after sunset, so
yeah.
that'll
So,
be in the east. Probably, eh, you
that's
probably would get
5:30,
the best.
6 o'clock.
Yeah, right at right after sunrise. But you'll be looking. The sun will set in the west. You'll be looking to the east. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
I guess
right.
Miss Juju
But
say 5:36, 6:30, somewhere along in
that's what
there.
time it gets dark or sunset. So that
Yeah,
should work out for you.
this daylight savings time still jacking me up, and it we do it every year. You know what I'm saying? It take a little while to get
Mhm.
adjusted to.
Right.
Uh, Another one of those
Were you adding anything else to
phenomenon,
the forecast?
we can explain with the that can't be explained on a flat earth. So it is what it is.
Right. That's very good. Were you adding anything else to the space forecast, Anthony?
Oh, Yeah, you'll be able to see some planets. We got Saturn. When you right at dark, as soon as it gets dark, see Venus in the west. That's the brightest thing shining in the sky. That would be Venus. Um, then if you move across the sky on the same plane, going back to the east, you'll run into another bright, what we would say, some people say, oh, that bright star is Saturn, the planet Saturn. And then around the same time, or maybe about 30 minutes after, get you a good look at Saturn. Then you can go all the way to the east and you'll see Jupiter rising on the east. So that's something you can get planets before 10 p.m. wherever you're at. You know what I'm saying? Even before that, I would say probably before 8 p.m. From dusk, or yeah, from dusk dark to 8 p.m. you can get Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. Well, starting with Venus in the west, move, like I said, along the same plane, but looking to the south, looking up, you'll see Saturn. And then by the time you get you a good look at Saturn, move to the east, and Jupiter will be rising. But those will be the three brightest things in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And Mars rises a little bit later. So if you want to be up, you're gonna be up, like Miss Juju say, you got your little glass of wine, you chilling. You'll be able to see Mars come up later on that night. So Uranus is not sure what Uranus is. I have to check. Neptune. Oh, Neptune rises before Jupiter, but you can't see Neptune with the naked eye. It's too far away. But you got you a good telescope. You can grab it. Um, Other than that, that's probably we just come out of new moon, so we'll be in a early, which you'll be able to see here up until the the middle of the month. We'll be moving into towards the middle of the month. We move into full moon, so the night sky will be bright with a full moon. I guess around about the 5th or so, somewhere along in there. You will have a full
Mhm.
moon, but we're building up to it, so you can see that moon, that pretty moon, in the west, moving towards the east every night. To be closer, moving closer towards the east. As far as galaxies, you can see Andromeda looking northwest. I mean, northeast in a dark spot. You can see it with the naked eye. Andromeda and Triangle in both. So if you can, when you're out there looking for that meteor shower, you should also be able to see Andromeda and the Triangulum galaxy. Both of them look like smudges, but you can actually see them with the naked eye in a dark spot. As far as, I think that's about it for tonight, there, Miss Judy. That's all I got for. Look out for Venus, Saturn, and Jupiter, Mars later that night. They pretty good showing.
That's pretty good. Well, that's your space forecast. So, um, I guess we just need to go ahead and get into it. But
Yeah,
what we
let's
calling
let's run
this?
these plans out the block.
Is Lord Jamar and all the Flattards, because that's what he said. Yeah, we finna put them on trial. Basically, we're gonna go through some of the arguments and dissect them, and some things that we may feel that needs more expounding, we'll just have a few other shows to go ahead and deal with that. Any flat earthers watching this video, if y'all got anything to say or whatever, I mean, I need y'all to bring it. Like, we really want all the smoke. It's okay. We're ready, we're prepared. So, we about
Want
that. That's all I
all the
gotta
smoke.
say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we want all
Anthony
the
probably
smoke.
wanted more than I do, but
Mhm. Yeah,
we'll be okay. So
want all
let's
the
go
smoke.
ahead and
And I can
get
I
it
can guarantee it ain't no
started.
little man in there. Ain't no little man up in there. So
Yeah. And so we're gonna go ahead and get it started. Before we get started, of course, we have our disclaimer, our fair use disclaimer. So, shout out to everybody. During the making of this video, I have some great resources. So I thank you to any and everyone, and all the sources are documented in the description. And again, shout out to Professor Dave and the Birdman. But let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Spinning ball, to think that people could be on the bottom of a fucking ball and be upside down because magic thing called gravity is allowing it to happen.
So the water should be pouring into space then.
Everything should be pulled into space, into the so-called vacuum of space, if there's no
Oh geez. Vacuum. Vacuum in space.
It's very
Yeah,
clear
so
that it's very clear that he doesn't understand gravity. You know what I'm saying? It's very clear. And I just want to say one thing about that, and then I'm gonna let you have it, Miss Juju. Gravity, especially on something as massive, is something as massive as which you cannot compare mass-wise a basketball, a globe, or none of that to an Earth, to a planet. Gravity, the more massive you are, the strong gravitational force is on that object. Gravity is trying to pull you to the center of that object. So,
correct.
To correct the brother's misunderstanding of it, when you own a spherical planet with gravity trying to pull everything to the center of that planet, there is no upside down. Because no matter where you at on this planet, when you look up, you're looking out into space. Wherever you at on it, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. No matter wherever you at on this planet, when you look out or you look up, you're looking out. Up is not looking up, looking this way. This is not looking up. Up would be looking out, going out in all directions. You know what I'm saying? So that's caused by gravity, because gravity is trying to pull everything here to the center of it. Now, that we see that covers the Earth, 75% of the Earth's surface is covered by water. But that water does not compare to the mass of the Earth. You know what I'm saying? So the gravity is trying to pull this water to the center, but it can't, because there's a surface. There's planets, and even underwater there's an ocean floor. So the floor, or the you can say the land, it's more dense than the water, so the water can't get to the center of the Earth because of the land. Now, if you really want to break it down, the deepest point in the ocean is the Marianas Trench, 7 miles deep. The highest point on the Earth would be, I think, the Himalayan mountains, if I'm not mistaken, which is about 6 or 7 miles high. So you're looking at a 14-mile difference.
Mount Everest.
Okay, you're looking at like a 14-mile difference between the top of Earth and the lowest point on Earth. Only 14 miles on this huge planet. You know what I'm saying? So the water on the planet is not, it's trying to get to the center of the Earth. If you open the Earth up, you can see a crust. You can see then as it gets closer and closer to the center of the Earth, to the core, It's more fluid. And that's because of the heat and pressure. But it's gravity that's doing all of that. It's trying to pull every you. Because guess what, Miss Juju? If you dig a hole 6 feet deep and you try to walk over that hole, guess what? You're going to drop down in that hole, right? If you dig a hole
Right.
20 feet deep,
Because of
you're going
gravity.
to fall 20 feet. If you dig a hole 50 feet, you're going to fall 50 feet. You know what I'm saying? You can't
Right.
just walk over a hole. You know what I'm talking about? And on a flat earth, if there's no gravity, what's keeping me on the flat earth? We got a dome.
Right.
How come I can't jump up and hit my head on that dome? What's keeping me flat earth? Let's get
You know
away
what they're
from
gonna say.
let's get
They're
away
gonna
from the
say
globe.
density and buoyancy.
So on this flat earth, density and buoyancy is keeping me on this flat earth. So that means if I try to jump, I shouldn't be able to. I shouldn't be able
Right.
to jump and get off the flat earth or off the earth. And not even 6 inches. Now we seen Michael Jordan fly from the free throw line. You know what I'm saying?
And
He
Vince
left the earth
Carter.
for
And
you know, I mean,
Carter.
how is that possible? How did he come back
Right.
down on the flat earth? You know what I'm saying? So help me understand the barbershop logic. We, I understand the barbershop logic, but
That's what we calling it, y'all.
I do know this. If I go into a cave or wherever and I try to dig up, stuff is gonna collapse down on me. That's why people don't dig holes up, dig down. And like I say,
Right.
when you dig and you walk over what you done, gravity is gonna pull you down to that surface till it can't pull you anymore. You hit the surface is more dense than you are, so you can't go through. That's where you're gonna stop. And then you dig another hole. Guess what? You're gonna fall into that one. So there's no logic like barbershop logic. You know what I'm saying? The barbershop logic is
Of
what's
course.
got them thinking that water should fall off the bottom, or people should fall off the bottom of the earth. That's barbershop logic. That don't work. Gravity, if gravity is pulling you to the center, logically, there's no up or down. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you say up, you're looking out. You're looking out
Right.
into space. When you go down, now you're digging a hole. So you're going into the earth when you go down. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little spiel on that part right there. Sorry, I went this subject touchy for me.
You good. All I wanted to say is I thought, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought, the gravity of an object was based on its density. Is that correct?
No, it's the mass of the object
Mass.
is gonna
The mass. Okay. I know.
determine the gravitational effects. But the density is
No,
has
it was right. It's the mass. But
yeah, it
the
deals
larger
more
the
with
mass,
what
the
it's
more
made
of a
of.
gravity. Right, but the larger the mass, the more gravitational pull
Yeah, the
that
stronger
that
the gravitational effects
on the
of it.
right on because especially a larger object with a great mass to a smaller object, its gravitational pull is going to be attempting to pull that object to its center, you know. And we have
Yep.
evidence of this in different experiments, right? The Cavendish is one. I wanted to talk about it because they was like, I think everybody wanted Bobby Banger to mention the Cavendish during the debate with Sanchez, but he didn't. So I had to like get into it. We might just do a separate show on that experiment, but that experiment is phenomenal, right? And
Mm-hmm.
everything that it says
Yeah.
stands true, and it's still testable, and you can repeat it. Remember, science is about falsification, right? To be able to falsify. So if you can repeat the same exact experiment and get the same results 200 years later, 300 years later, then that stands. Not only that, a couple things about the Cavendish experiment, right? It helped us come up with the gravitational constant, and what was some other note? The density of the Earth, like it helped to address all those issues. You already had certain theories and laws, like these Newtonian physics type things, right? And that's another part of it. So the Cavendish is part of a whole bigger picture. It deals with mechanical physics. Right. So if you have this thing that you're trying to disprove, then tell me how it deals with astrophysics, mechanical physics. We can go into several other different directions with this Cavendish experiment. Um, and it's the torsion balance is what it's called. Let me show some stuff. I'm tripping. I don't want to not share the screen. It's called a torsion balance. And I actually have a video of a torsion balance, but it's been a little bit updated. Um, but when you're talking about mechanical physics, when you're talking about the science and technology of springs, because I know it sounds weird, but there's actually a science, and it's helped create lots of technology, including a mechanism in clocks. And then there's a list of it. It went deep. It's not a rabbit hole, but there's many layers to the Cavendish experiment, and I'll get more into it. I don't think we're there yet. I may save that, but just know that. So when you're talking about gravity, you're talking about the mass of an object, right? To a smaller object, and it having this ability to pull that to the center. Yeah, you said the points I was going to say. Like it's not, that it's pressing down, it's pulling things to the center of the earth, and that includes the water, right? And then we also spoke about, so another way to demonstrate this is, you ever like leave a ball outside and it has like an ant crawling all over it? There's no gravity. That ant wouldn't be able to stick to the surface. Why? Because the mass of that basketball or volleyball or whatever is way bigger than the ants. Of course, it's a slight gravitational force there, but there is one, right? And the ant has the ability to crawl out over it and not fall off. It's just, it's my little elementary explanation for it. What you were saying, Anthony? I can't hear you. You muted.
My bad. My bad.
Go.
Even when the ant crawls to the bottom of the ball, he don't fall off.
He stays right on it.
But
So it's
whatever it
like
is, he's not falling off though.
he's not falling off. So you got to explain like those little things, but there's more. We're gonna get into some more. I won't give it all away yet. Yeah, we'll get into it. So let me.
No covering. If we have no covering, our atmosphere, our waters, everything should be sucked into
a dome.
Absolutely. Although, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Oh shit! You
Here's
never
the
heard
thing.
this shit, huh?
Hey,
Explain.
here's the thing, right? There's certain things that they don't allow you to explore, right? So there's certain things that I can't prove. I can't go. I'm not allowed to go up there and touch this. You understand?
Right. Oh God, so much.
Without gravity, though, Miss Juju, nobody stop you from going up there to touch it. Yeah, that be you know what
Right.
I'm
You could just
saying?
jump. You could literally just jump and see. Right. You could jump from here to wherever and see whatever you want without gravity. Correct. You know, it ain't the buoyant. I mean, even with when they talk about buoyancy, and I think this is a great point that the Birdman made, right? Because when we've talked about this before, but gravity is a key player on the effects of buoyancy, and if there wasn't any
Hmm.
gravity, once so for instance, again, if I'm gonna use a beach ball this time, you know how you was a kid and you're playing in the water, you always want to like try to sit on a beach ball and it's underwater, but some way it keeps pushing you off, right? And you land in the water and it
Hmm.
just floats on top, right? So that's buoyancy acting. But if there was no gravity, once that beach ball hits the top of the water, sitting on the surface, it would just continue to go up, right? It wouldn't just be sitting on the water. So the gravity is holding that beach ball on the water, right? It's
Yeah.
buoyancy that plays when you're trying to push that beach ball under the water and it keeps bobbing back up.
Hmm.
Okay. So I got to give him credit by how you said it. Those forces work in tandem. And that's the best explanation I can give for it, because if it
Yeah.
wasn't any gravity, the buoyancy wouldn't have the same properties or principles that it does. You feel me? So
Yeah.
those are some I want to say. Barrick, jump in whenever you want if you got a point to tackle on. It's all good. Shout out to Zane. We got some more people that jump. We got Chill in the building. Yeah, Gary Hart. Thank you for coming out, sport. We got Gideon Block. Yeah, that's pseudo killer
Got
army. Will
Zane in the house.
Fontaine. Mm-hmm.
We got old
Yeah,
Zane
boy.
Montigo in the house. Who is this, Miss Belief?
Family
Oh,
came out.
son Draylon. Peace, Draylon. Peace.
Huh?
Appreciate you tuning in. Just doing some shout outs. My bad.
Oh, nice,
We
nice,
got
nice. That's the
did
name.
you hear me say
I didn't
Zane?
see.
We got Zane in the house. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah. Appreciate everybody showing up, y'all. Appreciate it.
Right. So, let me go ahead. You know how we got to do it, y'all. We got to be safe. We don't want no problems, but I got you. I got you. I
One more, Miss
got
Juicy
you.
just showed up. This is that Shackle Breaker Reloaded. Appreciate you, old boy. Appreciate
That's
you. Okay, Miss BP,
Sabia.
you got it. Oh,
That's
okay. Yeah.
Sabio.
What's up, Sabio? Yo.
Shout out Sabio. Thank you. Thanks for the support, family. Let's go ahead. We might not get through all of this, but we got to explain it and give y'all right and correct logic, not the barbershop BS logic. Yeah. I mean, we coming for
Yeah.
you, Flattards. Lord Jamar, you can be Lord of the Flattards, but we still got to give it to you, baby. No offense, but
Hmm.
hey, you chose that path. You chose that path. Oh boy, this is too funny. Shout out to Godfrey for this video. Godfrey, I know you got to stand up on some right and correct information. I never thought you was that pseudo. Come on, Godfrey. Don't do it like that. It hurts, but get your money. Whatever.
I'm saying?
Right.
So this is only what I can surmise, especially from thousands of years, because only 500 years ago did they come with this whole heliocentric model. Different civilizations prior to that knew that we lived on a level plane. Okay, water always finds its what?
Level.
Exactly. What?
I'm gonna stop there. It's the level part that gets to me, but let's talk about it. So Eratosthenes, and that wasn't 500 years ago, right? Is that the right figure? Let me get it right. If I'm not mistaken, he was the one in Alexandria. Stasthenes. Let me do Alexandria and CN, and he figured out the circumference of the earth. Eratosthenes.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
And that wasn't 500 years ago, y'all. That was around 2,000 years ago. So yeah, we gotta do better. Like I'm just thinking, why don't these individuals look the stuff up at least? Like if you're gonna be pseudo, be a good pseudo.
Well, one thing they never mention, they always, try to go back into history and how everybody knew it was flat, but they never talk about how the church persecuted scientists for saying that the Earth, orbits the sun instead of it being everything Earth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Scientists were persecuted for that for a long time, but they never
They
talk about
were.
that part.
Yeah, it was definitely Aristophanes. And level. If he was here, I'd be like, what is your definition of level? Because if anyone puts their thinking cap on, you can probably surmise that the earth has different levels. There's not one consistent level. Why? One, because we're on a spherical model, but two, um, that's just what it is. It's different level. Even water around the world is at different levels. Water around the world is not at the same level. What they do is they calculate and they average a level. All right, it's somewhat like a level constant, I guess, right? Because they calculate and average it so they can, figure out other weather associated things. You feel me? With the levels of the waters around the world, right? Because they're different levels around. If it's at even with tides, it's not high tide everywhere around the world. If it's high tide somewhere, probably on the other side it's low tide. It's the push and pull. And that also goes the there's another situation. I'll bring it up later. It's the
Well,
Coriolis effect. But
well,
yeah.
one
Shout
one
out
thing
Gullah.
I want to say, peace to you, Gullah.
What's up with it? What's good with it, y'all?
It's
Chilling,
Yeah, I
good
heard,
beating these,
for joining us.
yeah.
beating these, beating these
Now,
flat
now I was
earthers
saying,
up. You
Sister Judy was talking about the water. Also another fact about the water is due to the movement of the earth or the circulation of the earth, the water has a
Hmm.
bulge in it. It has a bulge in it. That's why the earth has a bulge in because of the movement.
Well, yeah,
On a
it's wide. The
circular
Earth is wider at the equator. You
at
know
the
what I'm saying?
equator. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
And that
Yeah,
water is on it
but
with gravity.
and one thing, but they're not understanding about water is gonna find its level. Well, water is the most fluid thing we know. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Water is fluid. Water, yeah. If you put water in and you set that glass there, it's gonna settle to a level spot until you move it again. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
The
play some
Earth is
more.
moving.
'Cause
We we
it
have
is, but let me play
waves.
this.
No, go ahead. I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead,
What you
finish
say?
your point. You
We
said
we, we
cup
have
and glass. I'm triggered, but go ahead, finish your point, and I'm gonna get to it.
in, throughout this ocean, we know there are waves. So the water is not
Mhm.
finding its level. Like I just mentioned before, the lowest point in the oceans is called the Marianas Trench, 7 miles deep. But all around this planet, you have different, like Miss Juju say, there's different depths. You have what's called the continental shelf,
Mhm.
and all this stuff. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? The water is confirming to the in the globe, trying to get to the center. Don't never forget that part. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You
Everything is
if you never
pointing towards the
forget
center.
that part, you'll be fine if you can remember that part right there. The
yeah,
water is It's conformed to the sphere because it's trying to get to the center thanks to gravity. Don't
Yeah,
ever forget that.
that's what I was talking about the bulge. Like look at the shape of the Earth
Mhm.
as it bulges. You know what I'm saying? The
Hmm.
water bulges because it's water moving on a circular surface.
Correct.
And
Same with
and there's a term they call sea level. You're above so many feet above sea level, or when you get below sea level, you're under or you're beneath the water. What they,
Yeah,
the water level is it's not level though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. That's what's part of the tide too. You know what I'm saying? The bulge of the water is that's part of the movement of the tide.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So water is the most fluid thing we know. So it's covering the surface, but that's all it's doing. But it's trying to get to the center. But the mass of the earth and the density of the land won't let the get to the center. You know. Where you at, Gary? Can you want to jump in there, man? I know you saying you was having some problems with
No,
your stuff, but you good?
y'all been taking everything I had.
Repeat it, man, because we need to hear it all. You know what I'm saying? Several times. 'Cause we got to get the people on the right track. We can't let them keep fooling the people with this barbershop logic. You know.
Yeah, what's up, Gary? I remember joining some of your rooms on Clubhouse. You used to go in.
I don't think that was me.
Oh, that one you? Oh, okay.
No.
But yeah,
I
what
I
you got
Gary,
there,
I
Gary?
Gary from the squad. I see. I just got your picture just different. I see.
Yeah, I'm in the Discord.
Yeah. I know I seen that name. You just got a different picture.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I agree with what they were saying about the gravity. It pulls objects towards center mass, and when you're on a spherical shaped ball, the gravity pulls even in all directions. Whereas if you were on a flat Earth, that it wouldn't work like that.
Yep, exactly. It's but I don't see how anything works on a flat earth. Mm. What works? We can't get any seasons. Well, matter of fact, I'm just gonna say they can't give us a working model. We have a working model. This is a working model. You know what I'm saying? That explains everything we see. Explain everything we see and experience with this. We can't do that with this. Nothing. We can't get any seasons. We can't get any different constellations during the different times of the year. With a flat Earth, this is useless.
Yeah,
That's useless with a
you
flat
can't
Earth.
have time. You can't have time zones.
None
None
of
of
that.
that. Like even when you look up at the moon, like on a flat Earth, if you're on a flat Earth and you in different countries, different parts of the Earth world, different people had different
Yep.
will see different parts of the moon. You know what I'm saying? But everybody on a circular Earth see the same face of the moon because the Earth is circular. You know what I'm
You
saying?
see the same thing. Yep. No matter where you at, that time of day, when it's that time, like you say, with the time zones, it changes. But the same moon you see at 9 p.m. on the East Coast, by the time it's 9 p.m. on the West Coast, the moon it's gonna be the same thing.
It's gonna be the same surface. Gonna have that look. It look like a face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You kind of look. You
If
gonna
if
Yeah,
it's a
and
full moon,
if you in China, you're gonna see them. You're gonna see them same craters. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see
same
the other
thing.
side.
and another main thing is the flat earthers have zero scientific data backing up anything they say, whereas we could list like 10 points to prove our point, and they can all be proven. Whereas
Yeah,
the
that's
flat
correct.
earthers, they don't have any scientific data or evidence backing up their claims.
Well, and see, that's why they have to lean on the conspiracy. You know what I'm saying? They won't let you, or they won't let you go to Antarctica and do this here, and they won't let you go up and explore the dome. You know, it's always they blocking everything. Who the hell is they? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're
still,
trying to
like
say
I
that
say,
NASA, they're trying to say that NASA and the government is keeping like the truth from us. And it's like, what's the like what do they gain by telling us that the earth is flat? Like what truth, like what are they hiding from us? Like it just doesn't make sense.
yeah, that's crazy. Hey, shout out to your Master Khalid. Shout out to you. No, don't let him bring y'all down, man. That flat earth stuff. But I appreciate you tuning in, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, y'all need to get that craziness there, man, because he messing up a lot of minds with that foolishness.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay,
Well, I know I can.
I don't know what's going on, but my head is up. It's lagging, and I've closed every window. So yeah, it's StreamYard started whatever StreamYard virus you got, Barrick, you gave it to me. Or Lord Jamar, he was like, StreamYard, like mess her up. Yeah, I'm looking. See, it's freezing. It's crazy. But as long as you can hear me, I'll keep going. We'll see how this works. Dang, lost my train of thought because I was trying to get back on it. So let's finish up with the video. Let me just go get back to the video.
It'd be funny. Hey, before you start, it'd be funny. It'd be funny how they be like, you can hear in their voice, they be trying to sound intelligent.
Yeah.
It don't make no sense,
They be
bro.
like, they basically kind of low key code switching. Like, they still
Yeah,
be
yeah,
saying,
yeah. You funny.
From what I can surmise,
Code,
man, come on
code
with this
switching
fool.
like a mofo. Let me do this one more time, boy. We got our paperwork. So please don't strike me. I'm sorry. It's my duty to spread the scientific literacy. It's my duty to correct the incorrect. That's what we do. Don't be mad
Yeah.
at me. Be mad at the science. That's all I gotta say about it.
And at the
Let's
same time,
continue with this.
we teaching at the same time.
Yeah, we have to. We have to. We do it for the babies. Let go. Come on now. That's what I wanted to get to, the container part. So, if there was no gravity, water wouldn't need a container because it would just be like floating in the air in a globular something, whatever. Right? Like
Yeah. You can look at some videos of,
in
you know,
space.
and you're not drinking, but there's that, you know, they squeeze their little bottles or whatever, and the fluid comes out, and there's a bubble floating, and they just suck it up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it would be like with no gravity. But we have gravity, so we use the, you know, for our drinks, cups,
oh,
glasses.
Right.
I forgot to tell y'all this, man. I should have told y'all this. This was like a couple of weeks ago. But
Mm-hmm.
my son, my kids, they go to the school of they go to a STEM school. You know, it's called a
Hmm.
Spring
Good.
School of Science and Technology, and they in their class they got to talk to an astronaut, like FaceTime with an astronaut straight from outer space. I forgot the sister.
Let's
It's a lady name.
go.
I forgot her name. She out there. She famous. She's a famous astronaut too.
Oh,
Female.
that's
I
pretty
think.
nice.
I gotta look at the email. It's in the email because they emailed us that they did it in class.
You said it. Are you part of the Nation of Gods and Earths, Master Khalik?
Yeah, I think he's because I shouted him out for
Where's Rob
disassociating
Bourne?
himself with that foolishness.
Since
You
Rob
know.
Bourne is since Rob Bourne is the representative, I need Rob Bourne to come and answer for this travesty. God. Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm a
So we appreciate you for
later.
for disassociating that stuff with your organization, now, bro. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's just plumb foolishness, man. You know, I
He
say
didn't
it all
get
the
that from the
time. You
nations
know,
of gods and earth, though. I've never
yeah.
heard anybody who's part of that organization talk about flat earth.
So yeah,
I've never heard that.
that's
I'm just
that's
saying.
crazy,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
But
God on
has
my
he
body.
ever did he ever mention where he got that from? Because from what I got from it, it's just his own personal logic. You know.
It's giving Sanchez. Like, I'm gonna tell you what I think it is. Shout out to the Birdman, but on his video, he pulled up his net worth. You feel me? And I
Hmm.
was like, dang, that ain't a lot of money. So I'm just thinking this is a money grab because I've never
Yeah.
heard Lil Jamar just I've never heard him speak about this until now. And it's like he's doing a tour, he's everywhere with it. Yeah. So I just find it very convenient, right?
Oh, he got it from Sanchez.
Um,
Okay.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like all of Sanchez talking points. We've already dealt
Yeah.
with this. What else could it be?
Yeah, it
Am
is.
I looking
Especially when he brought
robotic
up
to
that
everybody
Antarctica
else?
list.
He got it from brothers. Okay. All right. That's what my master colleague said. He got it from Brother Sanchez. So I'm gonna take your word for it because it's like verbatim, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You saying you're funny saying I'm gonna tell him too. Oh, got the forehead stuck in the screen. It's just I don't know what it's doing. StreamYard is tripping. StreamYard don't want us to be great. But let's get back to it. Yeah. Like every time you say something crazy, I'm not gonna call him dumb, though I want to. We're just gonna stop and we're gonna give you proper logic.
Call him Lamont.
You big dummy, huh?
That's right.
That's cold, Gary. If you got it playing, Miss Juju, I can't hear it.
What?
I say, do you have his video playing? Because if you do, I can't hear it.
I don't know what's going on, bro. Yes, I had it. Okay, sorry.
Hey, can you
Okay.
can you drop that link for God Killer?
It's
Peace to you, God
I sent that
Killer.
to his messages. Okay, let me go
Peace
back.
to you, Cedric. Peace, bro. Appreciate y'all joining in, man. Hey, that's a
They
fact,
must have
Timmy Turner. That pseudo money
a
deep.
Do you hear it now? Did you hear it? Hold on, let me
Nah, I
drop the
still
link.
can't hear it.
Let me drop the link and let's try it again.
Said Breeze. Peace to you, bro. Appreciate you joining in. Appreciate it.
Link is in the chat. I
Yeah,
sent it to your
we can
messages.
I'm sorry, Miss Juju. But yeah, we can deal with
Um,
him, you
I'm
know what I'm
going
saying,
to.
playing the clips whenever we get that, at a later date or whatever. We got enough to continue to beat them up on. If you can't get it
Oh no,
going,
it's
you know what I'm
playing. I think. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't hear the video.
Right, because you were talking over it. So let's try this again because it's definitely it's on. Okay. Tell me if y'all can hear it or not.
So there's no way that water could just stick to the outside of a spinning ball. Think of
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah, I could hear it, but
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. I just saw like a
Yeah,
frozen
because I
picture.
can't. Right, because I can't show the video, y'all. Come on now.
Yeah, we
I
heard
can't
it
show
that
the video,
time.
people.
Yeah, I heard it.
All right.
Fine.
Okay, that's all y'all need. I can't show the video, but that's Lord Jamar in that picture. So just imagine him talking.
about it.
Right.
Where's the 1,000-mile-an-hour? Because it's supposed to be
Because
going
on an axis, and it's on an
So
axis.
so listen, not just the ball that's like this. It's a ball like supposedly like this,
On an
and
axis.
that
On an
axis also equals to 666. But that's some
What?
oh yeah, that's some whole.
Wrong, wrong, and wrong. Does not equal to 666.
No.
And the axis wobbles. The Earth wobbles on its axis. We know that. But yeah, the calculations is not 666. You could just Google that. And it's not
I
going to
think
come up
it's.
to 6.
I believe
It's
it's
not
a 20 degree
666.
tilt.
though.
No,
Huh?
it's nowhere near 666. But whatever the hell that means.
Nowhere near.
But it's a 23 degree tilt though. You
I
know
think
what I'm
he
saying?
just said those
Right,
numbers because those numbers sound familiar.
Right,
could be
comes from the
right.
Bible. It's the mark of the beast. Come on, y'all. Yeah, I gotta know
Yeah.
this. And
That's
he'll
where he's
mention it.
getting from.
I don't know if we'll get that far in the video, but he talks about, he'll mention the Bible and things like that. But he's a Christian, but it's like, dang, you are not even like a hard Christian. Like you're very simple Christian because these are just too easy. These arguments are just way too easy. So yeah, Lord Jamar, you gotta stop that.
He repeating Sanchez, so I see it now. Yeah, like I was saying, he repeating Sanchez.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let me continue because that's just wrong. Yeah, the Earth will wobble on its axis, right? It does this every so many thousands of years. Just look it up. Look up the Earth. Oh, you see, Anthony, know this. We know this. This is simple. Science is based off these calculations. We have to understand this for when we do trajectories and things like that. Yeah, let's continue. What is going on?
Other shit.
What the fuck?
Yes, sir.
Axis of evil?
Anyway,
Damn.
so now you're on an axis,
shit.
and then you supposedly have land masses that are going on the top, on the side, and on the down under, right? They call it down under for a reason.
Right.
So do you believe that people are upside down right now in Australia, and that rain goes up instead of down? It rains up in Australia, and people are upside down, or
So this is just idiot logic for me because I feel like he's not even talking about the Earth. He's imagining a ball with people on it, literally, right?
Yep.
It's just crazy. So the size of the Earth is huge. Like we can't even, really have a proper perspective of it, right? Because these things are counterintuitive. Our senses cannot comprehend that. But everywhere you go around the world is always going to be up. You're not going to be down.
Well, see,
The law of
what I
physics.
think. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Miss Juju.
Now I'm just saying the laws of physics don't even account for all the stupid stuff. So sorry. That's it. Go ahead.
Well, the problem that they have, it's hard to prove that the Earth is not a sphere instead of trying to prove that the Earth is flat. So we gotta make them prove that it's flat. So no, you're not finna sit here and tell me that there's a bottom and all this. No, prove that the Earth is, and prove it without trying to use or downgrade that the Earth is a sphere. Prove that your Earth is flat. See, I can prove that the Earth is a sphere without even mentioning nothing flat. But they can't do the same thing. They can't prove that the Earth without trying to disprove that it's a sphere. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's their problem. They have absolutely zero scientific data or evidence to prove that it's flat. Whereas people who try to prove it's a sphere, there's like 20 different ways you can prove that it's a sphere. So they have nothing. Like they have nothing.
Said Breeze made a great point in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
He says the Earth not round, but it's on an axis that equals 666. You got a flat Earth on an axis. How does that work? So it's, what is it? Is it the flat Earth tilted now? You know what I'm saying? So now what we doing is here in space. I mean, what the hell? Pardon my French, but what's going on with the flat Earth and the 666? So is this it? I mean, what? Help me understand that. I'm with you on this, said Breeze. I can't figure that one out either.
Well, a lot of these people align themselves with other type things. Like, so the people who are flat earthers, they believe like the ancient aliens built the pyramids, and they're watching one show where they mention 666, so then they apply it to flat earth. It's just like, you know, they're getting all this misinformation from these different shows or whatever they're into, and they just try to throw one thing into their thing, and like everybody's talking the same thing. Like that's where he gets 666 from. I mean, that's obviously like from the Bible or Mark of the Beast.
Right. It's the mark of the beast. Another thing that disproves it, because the science that they use for curved trajectory is based on a spherical model, a global Earth model, right? Because we just spoke about this in a global Earth model. Sorry. A curved line is the shortest distance between 2 points. You know, so we understand all of these things in order to build technology, to fly, to launch missiles, making sure they're on a correct path. But there's also economical aspect to that. So you want to be efficient. You always want to save fuel and different things like that. So, you know, curved trajectory is the best way to do that, to save fuel, to save resources, to save time. You know, businesses are always looking to be proficient and efficient. So, like, if that didn't work, which it does, we wouldn't be using it. And the fact that we're using it is based on spherical geometry. I don't understand why sometimes I can't say these words. It's based on spherical geometry. I don't know what else to say. It's
Spherical.
Spherical geometry.
Yeah. I just want to say that so-called Lord Jamar, he don't represent the guys and Earths, man. He's an idiot. He's in the Sanchez cult, and I'm gonna call them idiots. It's no point to even debate these dudes no more. Like I done destroyed Sanchez several times. Like, dude, you know, he's a liar, man. He's a piece of garbage, man. And Lord Jamar, I think he's a piece of garbage too, because he know damn well what he's saying. We don't teach that. You know what I'm saying? We got solar facts. We got solar facts. We got actual facts.
You know, and just in those two lessons, the solar effects and natural effects, man, we don't teach no flatter. That's garbage he on. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he don't represent us.
Well,
Yeah,
big
I've
up to
never
you,
heard
bro. And yeah, appreciate that, man. Big up to you.
person of gods and earth ever talk about flat earth until Lord Jamar. And I was like, oh, nah, that's not cute. What
They
up,
talk
Bobby
about
Baker?
they talk about other pseudo shit. So everybody got their pseudo in them if they ain't backing about science. That
Man,
go for
our
everybody.
lessons teach us about gravity. You
Yeah, I
know,
just
like
started talking though.
yeah.
Can I just talk though?
Yes, sir. My bad.
Thank you, brother.
Tell us
Appreciate
to let him back on the plane. That's
you. Yeah.
funny. Go ahead, Bobby. Sorry.
I just think it's important, man, to practice scientific literacy, man, not to allow the organizations we in to taint our understanding of the natural world, bro. And we all been through it, and we think the name of the organization make us, uh, how would I say, the name of the organization does not stop you from being ignorant to understanding how nature works. We think that our organizations actually put us above that. That's not real. That's not legitimate, and that's actually been a downfall of the African American created what I say organizations these days, and it's just it just doesn't make no sense. And Lord Jamal is just one of them, and he represent what he represent, and it's just a lack of understanding of how the world works, man. And we take hits for that shit, man. We take hits
Mhm.
about the Egyptian thing. We take hits about the flat earth. We always taking hits, man. And the
Mhm.
reality is, we representing, what nature say it is. Like that book, John G. Jackson. Not no, no,
Mhm.
not John G. Jackson book. Not that book. Nature knows no color. Man, that's a reason for that book right there, bro. It's telling you that nature knows no color line, yo. Joel A. Rogers, right? And he was hip way back then in the 70s. And everybody claimed to have read the work. You know what I'm saying? John Henry Clark. And
I'm
everybody
about to
claimed
say
to have
that's
studied
John
them.
Henry Clark.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, man. So you got a lot of people, can you say false flagging? I don't know what to say. You claim you
Yeah.
John Henry Clark guy. I read the books, and they all deny all the things that's in them works, man. I can beat anybody up to death with the old timers works. You know what I'm saying? So for me, man, and how you doing though, Anthony? How you feeling, brother? Sorry for coming on your show, man, and not, big up in you and JuJu. I just dove in because it's frustrating, bro. What's up?
Oh man, we good, man. We just glad to be back on the block. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I
appreciate you
ain't,
coming on, bro. Appreciate you. But yeah, go and finish your spiel, man. Go ahead.
yeah, I ain't never
You
left the
cooking with hot
daggone
grease,
block. I never left the block. But I'm just saying our organizations does not shield us from scientific understanding of the world. Like we supposed to have that. As
Hmm.
African Americans, man, we supposed to be and a lot of the things that we thought was correct, right? And even the things we felt like white people lied about, hell, ain't nobody know. How about that?
Right.
Being white don't make you know, and being black don't
Right.
make you better to know. Not at all. They always wrong with a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? And now we understand it. Now we understand. So, man, science ain't never been a white endeavor. It's been a human endeavor. And our
Hmm.
organization all organizations we in should be grounded in that. And I just stand behind that, yo. I'm explicit in that. If you're in an
Hmm.
organization, it should be grounded in scientific literacy because that's the thing that's going to make you understand what the mission is for the damn organization. You have to think about that. Even if you believe in a God, you got enough sense to know that if you stranded somewhere and you got to make a choice on whether you're gonna drink some daggone water or pray to your God, you already know what you're gonna do. You're gonna drink the water. So that should tell you right there what it really is. That the cosmos is real, where we live at is real, and trying to get away from reality is what put you in a situation to end up, behind everybody else, man. So I just want to say that.
Hey,
Well said
what's
as
up? What's
always.
up with it? What's good with it, bro?
Man, what's good with you, brother? How you doing
Yeah,
that Gullah? What it do,
yeah.
man?
I was on earlier. I had jumped off. I was looking up the email. The astronaut, my my son class had went live with was Sonetta Williams,
Mm-hmm.
I think
and
we
actually
did
got
her.
to see.
Didn't we do Miss Juju?
It sounds like it. I'm
But
finna
she,
look her up real quick. We did a
Yeah, and
couple.
they actually got the. She was in the space station live with them. Like she showed them like how they brush their teeth out in space, how they eat. Like she was like literally showing them like the toothpaste floating. You know what I'm saying? Like the lack of gravity. And they actually got to see the Earth, like the curvature of
hmm
the Earth, like through the window.
but it was something that he stated in that video. You know, we went past it. But he actually admitted that he can't prove nothing he say. He said that, and then he went into they don't let you do this and all that. But he can't show you or prove to you nothing that he's saying. Nothing. Can't prove it. So that's why I'm saying barbershop logic. You know,
Yeah,
but
these dudes, they like the cartoon with the the owl with the graduation hat on. You know what I'm saying? Try like I said, they be code switching. They try to sound like they're intelligent, but they don't really be talking about nothing at all.
we have a working model. This is what you would call a working model. And this one model explains everything from the North Star down to why at the South Pole and the North Pole they got 6 months of weather, 6 months of winter, and 6 months of daylight and 6 months of darkness. So we have a working model. No, we
Correct.
didn't do her, Miss Juju. Yeah.
Right. We didn't do her, but this is the astronaut Sonetta Williams that he was talking about. I just thought I'll show it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think we even got access to the live recording like on the school website.
Nice. That's Sonetta. I just wanted to show her. Yeah, everything we know about the natural world that we can surmise accurately is based on a spherical earth, no matter what, however you try to put it. And some of these principles wouldn't even have the same properties or even work on a flat earth, you know,
Mhm.
like the Coriolis effect and things like that. And how every time, like I know you're gonna do the demonstration showing like a demonstration of a lunar eclipse, right? So how does
We can.
how does the shadow show a circle and you're on a flat earth? That's impossible.
It's
Also,
impossible.
another piece about orientation that I wanted to talk about. It was the horizon piece. So, depending on your height, if you stand on a above the surface and you're looking out over the horizon, no matter what direction you stand based on your height, the distance between you and the horizon is gonna be the same. And
Yeah.
so if you were to stand in a spot above the surface and put a point at the horizon because the distance is going to be equal, and you did that for every direction, you would literally be drawing a circle.
Yeah,
You only can make those.
it's like when you put your fingertips on a basketball. Like each one of your fingertips is gonna be the exact same, you know what I'm saying, equal you know what I'm saying? Like you said, like if a person standing next to each other, like just imagine your fingers the same like on a basketball. You know what I'm saying? It's
Right,
gonna be all equally measured out.
right, but
And
the point is that you're not going to get that on a flat earth model because a flat earth,
no,
the horizon are going to be different distances. You will not have that curvature at all, you know. It wouldn't be a diminishing effect of objects like ships on the ocean as they move further away from you. This is giving, they didn't even pass the level of K through 2. Remember, Bobby?
oh yeah,
We talked about Bobby Banger, the school, the requirements for scientific literacies in schools. Yeah, this is not even K through 2 level. Go
yeah,
ahead. I
that
didn't mean
is.
to cut you off. wanted to finish that point though.
That's wild. Yeah, that's
I like
wild. And
But let me ask
too,
this.
to back up like uh what you had mentioned about the lunar eclipse, uh that as well is a good proof, and like just the moon phases, like when you see a crescent moon, that shadow that's casted, that's the earth's shadow, that curve, you know what I'm saying, you see on
Yeah.
the moon.
right. A
Yeah.
shadow is giving you the shape of that object. A shadow is not going to be different than the actual shape of the object. I mean, like, are we really going to play this game? Like,
That's
so
what
it's
that
giving.
barbershop logic gets you, Miss Juju. That's that
No,
barbershop logic.
We
I
did
get
we did we did
offended.
we did it in elementary school when they remember
No,
the teacher in science class, they cut the lights off and they had the bunch of the marbles or the spurs on the desk, and you
right.
had a light,
We did
and
all
and you
that.
see the different shadows and the different shadows being casted on different different
Yeah.
spurs.
No, but it's giving insulting my intelligence. It's giving you think you're smarter than everybody else.
Hmm.
Uninformed, I ain't gonna say it, but you're not. It's embarrassing. You should know better and keep that ish to yourself, please. Right? And for people to actually, I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna be real candid. So I feel like when different, podcasts are giving you the airways, it's almost like a modern day minstrel show because, bruh, like who's really ain't too many people taking you seriously. A lot of people are laughing at you. Like, come on, we got to do better. It just that get on my nerves.
But
It
can
gets on
I
my
ask
nerves.
one question? I want to ask one question.
Mhm.
We get too far away from the horizon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How do
Go
you
ahead
have
with
a
the.
horizon on a flat Earth? Because there's nothing. When you go over the edge on the flat Earth, you gone. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
you
We so
well
you
you
can't even
can't.
have a horizon on something flat.
No, you
Right.
can't.
There's a specific definition. Like even when he says horizon comes from horizontal, that's not correct. Horizon is based of your line of sight.
Yeah, exactly.
According to the circumference of the globe. Like, come on, what you I
So when y'all looking at this right here, here is the. I mean, here's the horizon over here. You know what I'm saying? You see my finger slowly disappearing, but what's disappearing? The bottom of my finger disappears. The top. You see what I'm saying? You
yeah.
can't do that on a flat Earth. On a
No,
flat Earth,
there's no
Yeah,
diminishing effect, right?
you gonna see it.
yeah,
You gonna see it.
it's,
You gonna see it
you
every
you you
time.
gonna see that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But
No
look,
diminishing effect.
I ain't check me out. Here go my fingertip. Check me out. I'll check it out. What's disappearing first? The bottom of my finger. You know what I'm saying? You still
Crazy.
can
Yeah.
see
Because
the
it's
top
And
part of my finger.
out of the line of
So
sight, you know.
Yep.
So
And that's why even on the top, like even on the top and the bottom, you have like, what I'm saying, the North Pole, you have like, you had longer days, longer nights, you know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Because you're going towards the tip, the tip of the spirit.
mhm.
that's
Yeah,
what
Or
we
the
and
top,
talking
or the
about right
top, or
there.
the top of the spirit.
If
Go
and
ahead,
if
jump.
if
and
you
only on a sphere would the people in the northern hemisphere be able to see the North Star, and the people in the southern hemisphere can't see it, and that's due to the curvature of the Earth.
there you
Correct.
go.
And what is
If-
it? What we call them? Constellations. That's the same exact thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they can.
Different parts of the planet see different constellations at different times.
Exactly.
Yep. So
Exactly.
if y'all can imagine the way you looking at this, you are the sun, or the sun is at your back. You are the sun. That's the line of sight you have. So you the sun looking at the earth. This is what Gary is talking about. You see, this is cool. You can, no matter how it's spinning, when the earth is in this position, the North Pole is lit. Now, as the earth is moving around the sun, it's still spinning, but you get to a point 6 months later, you can't even see the North Pole. Now you got the South Pole that's always being lit. But you can't even
Right.
see the North Pole. You see what I'm saying? So that's how that works. That's how you get the 6 months out the year at the South Pole, daylight, 6 months darkness. Oh. Now, what Gary is speaking about, the North Star. The North Star would be always facing the tip over here. But if you're
Right.
looking at the bottom from the Australia, you cannot see the North Star. You can't see it. And from this, if the Earth is in this position, the northern hemisphere sees the North Star. The southern hemisphere doesn't because of the curvature of the Earth. So when you're
Right.
looking, when you're in the southern when you look up, you're looking out. You cannot see the North Star from the southern hemisphere. But in the
Same with
northern
Northern Lights.
hemisphere, yeah, with the northern lights, the same thing.
Yeah, Southern
You got the
Hemisphere
North
can't
Star,
see it.
so it's
Mhm.
something else that we mentioned that can be explained with this, that you cannot explain with this. So in
Right.
from their logic, Antarctica is over here somewhere. The North Pole has to be here because it's in the center. So, Antarctica is there because they won't let us go to Antarctica. So we know Antarctica is there. But where is it on this flat Earth? Because, like I just showed you, 6 months out the year, you're going to get daylight, and 6 months out the year, you're going to get darkness. So, on the flat Earth, where is Antarctica located? Because he mentioned that. That's why I'm harping there, because he mentioned it.
Oh, I missed that.
Where isn't it on here?
Yeah. So according to the flat earthers, the Antarctica is that ice wall that you can't get to.
Oh, that's gonna be an ugly face right there. That's funny. That you can't go to, but yet they got cruises. Yet they got cruises that go to Antarctica. Now you're gonna play a penny because I was looking at one, but they go there. It's like Apple say, "Oh, they got parts of the Grand Canyon restricted." No, they don't. They just got parts where you have like indigenous people staying or whatnot. But yeah, ain't nobody blocking nothing. And it's the thing, it's the same script for every pseudo, right? Oh, it's hidden, they're restricted, you can't go there, they don't allow people to see. It's like, really? Okay.
It's the first thing Billy Carson say. Oh, you had to have certain access to get to the.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the aliens built the new hidden Sphinx in the Americas that we didn't know about.
And the Egyptians came over here and built pyramids, didn't they? Don't you have someone saying that?
Mounds is not pyramids. The only real pyramids are in Africa. And even indigenous people will tell you they don't call them pyramids, they're temples. They have a pyramidal structure, but we understand how that works. We understand about polytopicity, right? And actually, those were some of the easiest forms to convey a pyramid shape. That's easy because in Mesoamerica, it's a wider surface at the bottom. Every surface going up gets smaller, thus creating this shape, right? That's kind of just easy to conceive. A child could conceive that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what had like mound left over certain areas in North America, stuff like that.
Right. So it's just,
if I'm not mistaken, everything else that's called a pyramid, like you said, is certain levels stacked up. But that also started as the mastabas in early Egypt, right? Where they started
right.
stacking mastabas, and then that's what they call the step.
Call the what?
The step pyramid.
Correct. And then they kept improving on the design. And when they started to improve on the design where it has the flat sides, I mean, if you go to Egypt, like in Giza where the pyramids are, it's the three that they always show you with the father and the son and the grandfather, the son, and the grandson. But there's like what 9 or 10 other pyramids. I think what pyramids called
It's the crooked one, ain't
red.
it? And like one that's like messed up and crooked a little bit.
Yeah, it's called the red pyramid or something like that. So it's like leaning. So they and so basically the other ones that they don't show you are all the examples of them trying to improve upon the technology, right? Then you have a site where it looked like the pyramid just fell apart. You get what I'm saying? And like the remnants are still there, right? So yeah, they improved upon that technology, and then they got the pyramid that we all relish at today with the smooth sides. But it took steps, even in ancient times, it took steps for them to improve upon their own technology for their time, just like it takes steps for us to improve upon what we call science today, right? You have proto science and you got pre-science. Thank you, Bob Banker. I'm taking your talking points. And now you have modern science that we all abide by. But all these things take steps. That's why I dug into the Cavendish, because it led me down the road for other features in science and even mechanical physics. And you say this doesn't work. Well, flat earthers, y'all gonna have to prove that. And when you come to me and you're talking about this, and that, well, the thing about Cavendish is when they do it on a scientific level, they usually do it in the lab. Things can't be magnetic. It's always going to be in the vacuum. So any of those excuses you have about, the different, the atmosphere and wind gust or seismic activity, none of that is going to even matter, because those experiments have a control now. All right. Yeah, they just have in control. But I did put a video. I'm probably gonna show it tonight. We're already at an hour and 32. It's been a good show. But I think we'll finish up on the video and some other points on the next show. I'm not saying I'm ending it, but I'm just saying I'm not gonna go too deep. There's so many implications though. And I talked about that earlier with the Cavendish experiment and all the things that I learned that entailed with that experiment and the things that came before that, because that torsion balance came before that. That's always been around. They were always perfecting the tension between the springs. They have equations for days for this. And I figured in my head, I said, this sounds like mechanical physics. And when I put it in, it definitely came up as mechanical physics, and it gave it a whole nother explanation, something that's far beyond my reach. Okay. I know my limits, but it was fantastic. I do understand the equations. I sat there for a good 2 hours getting this right in my head to explain the Cavendish experiment, but I think we'll do it for another show, because it's a lot in its own just for that experiment, the Cavendish experiment. It does not support a flat earth model. It doesn't support anything a flat earther ever has to say. What it does support is science. That experiment, like I said earlier, is falsifiable, right? Yeah, and it's given us something that these things have been predicted by Newton, and they continue to prove itself over and over again. But the gravitational constant, right, and the density of the Earth, we got these things from that Cavendish experiment and things surrounding that experiment, other things that were going on just in that time. But when you look at that, it's different hands on that, perfecting the torsion beam, perfecting the experiment itself, using different apparatuses to try to get the same effect, right? It goes on and on. But I'll do this. The torsion balance is going to look something like this. This is a modern perspective of it. But I like one thing he used in there. I won't say it now, but you'll see it because it helps you see the movement. Because the movement is not, it doesn't happen quick, right? You have to watch it. It takes a little bit of time. And they account for all this within the experiment, right? And the Cavendish of those times back in the 1700s, if I can, I think that it was big, right? Like that middle bar was like 6 feet. You feel me? Like, so in my head, it was a big apparatus, let's just say. But let me see if
So,
this.
here's the real issue. Evolution is the issue here, and so you man we evolved inside of the Earth's atmosphere. We did not evolve to understand the size and shape of the Earth, y'all. It's just
Correct.
that simple.
Exactly.
So
Right.
just based off your reality of the way humans see the world and from their vantage point, man, you could tend to think that the Earth is flat. You can tend to think that the Earth is not moving because you can't feel it because we evolved on it, and we evolved not to see it move, feel it moving, right? We got the balance, and the equilibrium, and all that is in play, bro. So no, you just not supposed to be sitting here and talking about what y'all talking about is like way over the head. Like you just not gonna get it because it's the true sense of being on an object, why it's moving through space. What's the numbers on that, yo? How many thousand miles is the Earth turning, moving? What is it,
It's like
Anthony or
1,000
GZ?
miles.
All right,
It's like
so
1,000 miles per hour.
so
It's a rough estimate. That's not exact, but something around in there.
so y'all sitting here telling me that first of all, I ain't never seen that move 1,000 miles an hour, but you claim I'm standing on it while driving a car, while having babies and going to the store buying clothes, and you saying I don't feel that? Not unless it's an earthquake or something. Y'all out y'all mind. Y'all shoot up. There's no way around that though. See, that's what we can't get past. The fact that our senses say something different than what we saying with the measurements. That's the issue right there. All they gotta do is drink some liquor and start cracking jokes, and they swear they on with it, yo.
Hmm. That's facts, though, bro. Straight facts. And
Mm.
it's yeah. You just don't realize that. What do you? Okay, when you say the Earth is not 1,000 miles per hour, what do you have to compare it to? You don't have anything to compare it to outside of your ignorance. You know what I'm saying? And that's not in a derogatory way. It just means we don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. But when somebody give it to you and explain it to you and show it to you based off the natural things that you see, and you still want to deny it, well, now you're an idiot. And when you trying to push that barbershop as truth, now you're a detriment, and we got to deal with you. So that's what we're doing. We're giving y'all the real science based off of what our ancestors understood about the night and what was added onto it generation after generation after generation, and then getting those tools to help us understand what we see. And understand, the main understanding though is that we can't trust our five senses to be accurate. That was the main part of that. So we start to develop tools to help us get closer to that understanding. And all of that is out there for anybody to have. Like my brother Unc say all the time. It's in that secret place, the secret vault called the library. That's where it's at. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a lot of people it's a secret, but it's really not a secret. Anybody can look this stuff up. And anybody can get an understanding of it. So it's just not a select few. It's just those that really want to get that understanding, get away from the barbershop logic. Now, I love the barbershop. Don't get me wrong. I love it. Love hanging at the barbershop. But that's not the place where I want to get all my knowledge. Just like I don't need entertainers trying to help me understand the cosmos. They all
Correct.
jack it up.
Right.
From Terrence Howard on down, they all jack it up. You know what I'm saying? But that's that barbershop logic. You know,
Correct.
like I just showed you, how do you use your logic? You can get you up one of these, run your finger around, disappear, and it's gonna disappear from the bottom up. Logically, this is rhyme. You're going over the
Mm-hmm.
horizon. That's how you use your logic. But how do you keep water on a spinning ball? That's not logic, and it doesn't prove that the earth is flat. It don't do that. It definitely don't prove that the earth is flat. Because if the earth is flat, well, what's keeping the water from jumping up to the dome? What's holding the water on the flat earth? How come it ain't
Mm-hmm.
going up and splashing off the dome?
Facts.
So
It's
yeah.
logic. So the Earth is rotating at 1,037 miles per hour. That's how fast it's rotating. Okay. We don't feel that. I think me, Anthony, and Barrick talked about this earlier. Because it's like, and the Birdman also said it, because I think it's one of the best models. There's so many things I want to talk about. There's so much, but it's like being on a plane. If you're on a plane sleep, you don't really feel that movement. If you're walking to the bathroom, you're not like falling over and tripping because of the movement, because the plane is significantly bigger than you, right? So you're moving with the plane. What is it called? Vertical motion. Something like that. I'm probably wrong on that, but that's just how it works. Even I think one example, like, if you're riding on the back of the truck and you throw a ball in the air, the ball is like gonna like land with you because it's going the same motion as the truck is driving. So is your body. Like we can keep going. It's just so much. And yeah, so there's two things we're tackling tonight: the spherical model, or the globe Earth model, and gravity. Because every flat earther has to like push against gravity. I don't know why,
And
but
that's,
they do.
now that I think about it, Miss Juju, that's what they was
Mhm.
trying to do with that experiment. They was trying to disprove that it could
Gravity.
prove gravity. If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, that's what they was trying to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you can't disprove it when you're talking about mechanical physics and we're still using the same principle today, and it's still right and exact today in a vacuum with non-magnetic objects. So there's no magnetic force field, none of that. So any excuse that you have that the experiment is just faulty is I got an answer for you, right? Everything you say, I got something to push back on it. And I mean, if I don't, it's
Well,
because you
I'm
really
taking
nothing.
the
It just doesn't make sense.
I'm taking the the I'm going on the offensive. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of hearing about how the Earth is not here, so it must be flat. No, it's time for you to prove that it's flat. Show me, you
Correct.
got to prove that it's flat now. See, that's something they've never had to do. All they
Yeah,
do is
go
get up there and tell
outside.
you what's
Go
wrong with
outside.
this.
Right. Go outside, jump on a trampoline, do all the different levels of our atmosphere, and prove it to us, and take a picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Since we don't have no
Prove to
gravity, you should
me,
be able to do that. It has
you
nothing to
got to
do with
prove that
density
this
or
works.
buoyancy. Yeah.
None of that. But
Show
see,
me a model.
nobody makes them prove how this works. Nobody
Right.
never did. They all they do is get up and complain about what's wrong, what they think is wrong with this.
Do a
No,
flat earth
we
experiment.
ain't doing that. Show me
Yeah.
how this works. Show me how you can explain everything I see with the seasons, the night
Mm,
sky, all that. Explain it with this. That's what
right.
you got to do. You know what
Well,
I'm
not
saying?
only
That's
that,
what we got to start making them do.
Right.
if you just
Go ahead.
look at the numbers, like, so they say there's 8 planets, so 1 out of 8 is supposedly flat. Well, that's pretty common. I mean, that's not a a crazy number. And when you got like the James Webb Telescope and astronomers looking through those big ass telescopes that are mapping out the exoplanets because they're looking for other planets that like are similar to Earth,
Habitable.
and yeah, and there's like, I mean, I don't want to get stuck on a number, but I would say there's millions.
Yeah.
They haven't
Yeah.
report so out of all these millions of planets that they're coming across out in the universe, none of them are flat. But
So
yet
we must
in our
and
solar system, 1 out of 8 is flat. So how do you explain that?
so that they're gonna say, well, we must be in an anomaly because there are anomalies in science. But I'm sorry, flat Earth ain't the anomaly. That ain't the thing you want to down the hill for. I'm just sorry. That ain't it. That ain't the anomaly.
Well, like I say, I got questions for them, Miss Juju. You know, they got to answer some questions because they never have to answer questions. All they get to do is control the They get to control the narrative with spitting all that foolishness out. No, we ain't doing that. You got some questions to answer. You on trial, buddy, with this flat Earth. All the flat Earth foolishness. You on the witness stand. We the prosecutors. You got questions to answer.
Facts. Found weed on Mars. You funny. They did find evidence of water that used to be on it, ocean or something like that on Mars. So that's interesting. But yeah, like water is not as scarce as we think it is beyond our Earth. Water is older than Earth. Yeah, those are some counterintuitive facts. Just saying.
Water is everywhere throughout the universe. They find
Everywhere.
water everywhere, around black holes, everywhere they
Yeah.
find water. It's everywhere in the universe. And when I say they find water everywhere, not
Yep.
it may not be that glass of water that you drink, but it's H2O in some form. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're definitely gonna do this next week, Wednesday at 8. Excuse me, at 10 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah. So our Galaxy and Beyond is back. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Yeah. Make sure y'all hit that like button. You feel me? Hit on your way out. Share the show. The only people that curse and act the fool was them on that video. So I apologize to the parents, but um, this definitely would be a good instructional, right? You could take the things we said here today, go look them up for yourself, and come to your own conclusion. But everything is gonna say these properties would not exist on any other model but a global spherical model of the earth, right? You're gonna get a lot of that. There's some things that can work on a flat earth, but it's not gonna have the same properties, the same effects. And that's just how it goes. Um, Anthony, anything else that you wanted to say? Because, I don't want to overload it. I feel like we could do one or two more shows, go through the Cavendish a little bit more. I didn't even show the video, but it is in the comments. I'll keep it for next week and we'll go through that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely need Cavendish for sure. But in closing, I just want to say, y'all go back and take these points that we've given y'all so far, because there's many more. Best believe we probably get 3 shows out of this. But
Yeah.
point and get you a globe and use the flashlight on your cell phone and get your children with you.
Yeah.
And you can go through all of this. You can go through it all and explain it to your child with this globe. And we will help you through this show. We will help you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you do that, globe is what? I think I paid $10 for that globe. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Every
So
house should have a
they're not
globe.
expensive.
And an
And
accurate map.
so
As accurate as possible. I think that's
you
important.
can get an understanding. You that's how you're gonna get the understanding of what you see.
Facts.
That's how it's gonna be explained. You can't explain none of this stuff on one flat Earth model. You're gonna have to. They show you a different drawing for everything you ask.
Yeah.
We don't change Earths in different seasons. You know,
Nope.
winter is 2 weeks away, Juju. You packed up and ready to go to our other planet for winter? You know what I'm saying? We don't do that.
Oh, that's
we
funny.
we don't
Jeez.
even move in the United States. You know, we stay at our house summer, winter, spring, fall. We in the same
Mm-hmm.
location. But things
Facts.
are changing. You know what I'm saying? It's colder in some parts of the year. It's much warmer some year in your same location. You never
Correct.
left your home. You know what I'm saying? So you can explain all of that with a globe. And with that, in closing, like I always say, when you're scientifically literate, Sanchez and the rest of them cannot drag you down to their level and beat you up with experience.
Oh,
Peace out, y'all.
absolutely not. Barrick, you got any closing words? Any last point you want to make?
Yeah, I'd just say to any flat earthers, I challenge any flat earther to discredit or disprove anything we've said tonight.
Yeah. So to you, Lord Jamar, um, we welcome you to our platform. And when you do come, you got to bring some evidence, an experiment, because, yeah, you just talking, making it up as you go, that's not going to work anymore. So, yeah, we on your head. We on all pseudos' heads. So don't be mad about it. And because you are about the flat earth, there is no model. So the flat earth, that makes you pseudo. Sorry, not sorry. But you're welcome to come and explain it. We can do a little jossing around intellectually. I don't know about on your part, but on our part, we're just gonna tear your whole argument apart. That's all I gotta say about it. But I do want to say thank you for everybody who joined us tonight. We are a 35,000 strong. Yeah, y'all missed us. The most hated show on YouTube. But I'm all about it. Okay. Yeah, we'll be back next week. It's going to be Anthony, Juju, and Barrick. We're going to continue with the flat Earth conversation. We're going to dissect some more of that video, but I thank you all for coming. You all have a great night and have an excellent holiday. Always remember families first. But this has been a PseudoKillas production. And with that, you all, good night.